Hey, good afternoon. It's your Pratt Pack. Just got back from KDK Radio and getting ready for some exercise here in the home studio in Monaca. But I wanted to take time to talk about the passing of Jim Foley. Truly just a crown jewel, a real treasure of Beaver County. And obviously, because of the connection, my family, his family, this is a really poignant message that I want to send out to all of you. And I'm sure he would echo these sentiments. You know, Jim taught me a lot in the little time that we had together about life and how sometimes, well, art can really connect to life. And it does have a way of imitating life more times than not. Why would I make such a comment about an individual? Because he loved the movies. And I've told you many times about how I sit here in the home studio in between doing videos and getting ready for KDK Radio in a little exercise that my downtime will consist of Turner Classic Movies and the golden age of Hollywood. You know, Jim could have been a movie critic. He could have been a great character actor. He loved everything about the movies. And why I always admired him, our thought process connects more times than not, because on a nice hot summer day, a lot of people would want to be at the pool or golfing or picnicking, but I always enjoy going to the Cinemark Theater or AMC Theater and catching a matinee before going home and picking up where I left off as far as work around the house, or just, wrapping up a long day. So much so that I remember a 4th of July many years ago in the mid-90s when I went into the Robinsontown theaters on a July day, just kind of like this warm weather we're having in June, and I saw one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, Forrest Gump. So you never know what you're going to get when it comes to the movies. And one thing about Jim Foley, he appreciated movies because of the story. And as in life, beginning, a middle, and an end. And obviously his passing is not a happy ending by any stretch of the imagination, but he would be the first to tell you it's about the backstory, the story that led up to putting this movie together with the beginning and the middle and the end. Yes, there's a beginning to everything, and there's a middle to everything, but sadly, good or bad, there's always an ending, especially when it comes to life. We would have all loved to have had him be here much longer, but I think he would be the first to say it's been an incredible journey. Because let's face it, he had everything that someone like me and many others would only hope to have. He had an incredible family, grew up, met the love of his life, got married, had incredible children, had a great career, and beautiful grandchildren. And obviously is connected to many families, his and of course the Woodsky family, the Trazo family, and my children, Robbie and Eva Pratt, and their beloved mother. So Jim, know this, I am very sad about your loss, but every time I think of the movies and how many times here over the last decade, I'd be watching some movie late at night thinking, I wonder what Jim Foley would tell me about this movie. Because every time I talked to him about a particular movie or an actor or an actress, he just made me learn to appreciate cinema and real talent more than ever before. And he had a true gift. That big gift, of course, just being who he was. One of the kindest, most gentlest, compassionate people I've ever met in my life. So on behalf of all of us whose lives he touched, just know this, your story hasn't come to an end because your children, your grandchildren will carry on your life's work and your name. And this is a movie that will just keep rerunning over and over with new bits and pieces along the way to make the journey in your life even more sweeter. Rest well, my friend, and thank you so much for being so kind to me throughout some very difficult years for all of us because of the things that we've gone through in that thing that is life, a movie. But in the end, just being in the picture and having a chance to be in this thing called life is definitely worth the price of admission. To his wife, his children, his grandchildren, his family, and those friends who have known him for years, know this, your Pratt Pack is thinking about each and every one of you today, and I'll be thinking about my friend Jim Foley as I get ready to settle in and watch some classic motion picture for a Saturday afternoon. Thank you, sir. Rest well from your Pratt Pack.